Have you ever watched a tutorial video feeling like you understand everything but can't explain any of it afterward? This video is for you. That doesn't mean you are slow or bad at learning. The real problem is that most tutorial overload you with information without showing you what exactly matters. Today, I'll be showing you exactly how to use NoteGPT to fix this step by step, assuming you know absolutely nothing about AI tool. No hype, no shortcuts, just a clear system you can use today. Before we talk about tools, you need to understand why learning feels so hard in the first place. There are two main reasons this happens. And because of those two reasons, most beginners fall into three very common traps. We will get into those traps shortly. But first, let's talk about the reasons. Reason one, you don't know what to filter yet. As a beginner, everything feels important. Every term, every example, every explanation. Experts don't learn faster because they are smarter. They learn faster because they can instantly tell what is the core idea, understand that this is just an example, and then they can easily know what to look up for later on. But as a beginner, you don't have that filter yet. So everything feels equally important and equally overwhelming. Two, most tutorials assume you already know how to learn. Focus on what to teach, not how you should capture it. They don't tell you when to pause, what's worth writing down, how to organize information so it makes sense later. They just keep explaining and expect you keep up. Because of those two problems, most beginners fall into these three traps. One, this is where beginner tends to write everything down. They pause, trying to capture every word, and they miss what comes next. Two, watching passively. This is a situation where most beginners sit down without taking any note, assuming they will remember it later, and they don't. Chapter 3, saving without understanding. This is a critical point where most people just tend to save notes, write things down, and they don't come back to it later. And this is a very crucial mistake because what's the need of writing a note without going back to those notes? None of this means you are bad at learning. It means you are never given a proper system. That's exactly what we are going to build in this video. Let's clear up some confusion. NoteGPT is not magic. It will not make you understand complex topic instantly, replace the work of actual learning, turn you into an expert overnight. Now, what will NoteGPT do for you? It will help you extract the structure from messy content. Two, it will show you what the creator thinks is important. It will give you a starting point so you are not staring at a blank page. Think of it like this. Imagine you are in a lecture hall with NoteGPT as someone that is next to you who help you take down the notes, organize them into clear sections, and capture the key moments so that you can go back to it later on. You still need to understand the material, but now you're not frantically scribbling while also trying to learn. Why should you use NoteGPT? NoteGPT makes sense when you are watching a longer video more than 15 minutes, when the content is dense or technical, you are genuinely lost about where to focus, and you need to review efficiently later. It does not make sense when you are just trying to avoid doing the work. The content is already super short and clear, and you need hands-on practice, which notes can't replace. So let me show you exactly how it works. So the first thing you need to do is to sign up for NoteGTP. So how do you sign up for NoteGTP? You just go to this account. So I'll be dropping the link in the description below. So what you need to do is just click on the link in the description below. Once you click on the link in the description below, it will take you to this section where you see a place for you to try it for free. Just click on this place, you see login. So once you click on this place, you see login. You are now going to use You can now sign up with your Google account, which I have done. So once you are there, what I want to show you is how you to use it to study, how to use it to learn tech. That's what I want to do. So what I'll do is, let's say I want to watch, or I watch a video that is this video that is 1 hour plus. Let's say I open this video here. So let's say this is the video I'm trying to watch, which is a video about Python. And for instance, I don't understand anything about programming, and I'm always feeling overwhelmed with this. So what I would do is, I would click on this place you see share. Once I click on this place you see share, I'll copy the link. So this link that I copy, I'll now go to NoteGTP. So once I go to NoteGTP, this is the home page, which would be displayed once you are logged in. So what you need to do is you click on this place you see AI YouTube, but this also can work with, if you are trying to summarize a PDF. So let's say I want to read a book, maybe it's a book on Rich Dad Poor Dad, and I have the PDF. I can also use the PDF and summarize the PDF and get what I want to do. Or if I have the link to the PDF, let's say the PDF is a soft copy and there is a link to that soft copy, I can copy that link and also summarize. Or if I have an article that I want to read, maybe on a health topic, I can just copy that link and also use the link. But today we'll be focusing more on YouTube. So what I'll just do, I'll just come to this place on my left hand side and click on AI YouTube. So once I click on that, I'll click on this place you see YouTube Summarizer. I'll just click on that. Once I click on YouTube Summarizer, you see it's selected YouTube. So what I'll do, I will paste the link which I just copied. Now, if I have multiple, I can also do for multiple links by clicking on this place you see add more link. But since we are only concerned with what we want to know from this Python tutorial for 1 hour, which is a beginner tutorial, what I'll just need to do is I'll click on this place you see generate summary. So once I click on that, I'll wait for it. So like I was telling you, you can also get summaries for PDF, images, write up, and all those things to understand. So once you click on that, you have to wait for it to extract. So if you notice, it has tell us that this is it has given us the name of the tutorial, which I just told you about. Now it will break it down and it will summarize everything for you. That is one thing. Then apart from that, you can also look for mind map, which is the next thing. You just click on this place, you see mind map. Once you click on mind map, it will also give you a visual mind map, visual representation of how you are going to learn this course or how you are going to understand this, which will be broken down into several steps for you. So all you just need to do is to go through it. Then after going through it, one mistake many people do is they go over the summary without understanding what the video is about. This is not going to be like a all in one thing that you just have to go through the summary and you just understand the video. No. What you need to do is, once you go over the summary, as you go through the summary, what you need to do is, any place you read and you don't understand, you go over the video and watch the video again to understand that point, to make sure that you understand it very well. Then apart from that, the other thing people fail to also do is they think that once they understand the summary, they don't need to practice. No, this will not replace the place for you practicing. Python as a programming language require you to practice doing and making your hands touching something that will make you to experience it real time, doing and executing projects. So don't just read the summary and say, oh, this is a comprehensive guide, tutorial, blah, 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 and you are done and think you understand Python. No, understand the summary, then use the summary as what will guide you to doing a hands-on practical. That is where the beauty of this thing come in place. Now let me show you more about this. Now I can say, let me check how many chapters do this have. So it will also extract the number of chapters it has for me. Then I will see the chapters below here. Now let's go over the summary as we are looking at it generating the chapters for us. So it's telling us that this is a comprehensive Python tutorial by Hamdaren, Mosh Hamandani. Offers a detailed introduction to Python programming tailored for beginners with no prior coding experience. You see, so this is what it covers. Then you can now look at the introduction, which is the first highlight. Then the second highlight is a step by step. So
We can now look at each of these. If you notice, there's an introduction, the use of Python in various fields, downloading and installing Python. This is the chapters. So we can now look at each of them separately. Then this is a detail and detailed summary and analysis, which you can also go through. Then apart from that, you can download this summary by clicking on this place. Then you can download the summary of the whole video. If you want to, you can download the summary. Or the next thing you can look at is the mind map, the visual mind map of the procedure on how to learn Python, a visual representation of how to learn Python. The goal here is for you to be able to watch the video, use the summary, and get the comprehensive data, get the comprehensive information you are looking for from the tutorial. That is the key. Not just going into the video and coming out confused. The goal is for you to be able to use this Note GPT as a tool for learning. Hope you guys understand, right? So that you don't just go into themes. So this is a visual representation, which is the mind map. So this is the whole thing. So you can look at the visual representation. You can also click here to download it, right? Then if you have any question, let's say you have any question from this video, you can come to this place, you see AI chat, and say what, or let me just ask it a question by clicking on what are loops. So there is something they call loops um, in Python. Then I click on this. So once I click on that, it will look at the video that I have sent to it and look for a place where there is loops. Then it will give me a detailed explanation from what the tutor has taught in the tutorial. Hope you guys understand. So we will wait for that so that you see what I'm trying to say about that. Now you see it is coming. It says loops in Python are fundamental programming constructs used to repeat a block of code multiple times. You see? So it is now telling us the types of loop they have. So it's telling us there's a web loop, there's a for loop. So it will now, from the tutorial, it will now break everything down for us. So that even though you have things that you don't understand, you can come to this AI chatbot and ask it question based on what you are trying to learn. So this is the key. The goal is for you to be able to understand every part of the tutorial using this tool. So the next thing I want you to understand is you can also click on this place you see more. Then once you click on this place you see more, you can click on this place you see download to download the transcript. Then generate, we already have a summary. Then what you can do also, you can break this into a podcast. When you click on this place, you see generate podcast. You can now generate it into a podcast. This video, which we have already, we can now bring a podcast out of it where we can now say, okay, we want two people's voice. Now, let me show you that. Let me just say I need a five minute podcast from this, right? So what I'll do is I'll leave the language as English. How many people I want from this? I'll say two people. Now the tune which I want, if it is personal growth, educational, because this is a tutorial on Python, I'll leave it on educational. Then I can now select the voices I need. Maybe I need a man voice. So once I'll just do it, I'll click on this place. If you notice, I can select the voice. This is a man voice. While for the second voice, let me just close this. While for the second voice, it's a human voice. So you can now look at this as a human voice. Then you click on generate podcast. So what will this do for you? It will break this into a audio version of the video, like a podcast where two people are sharing their idea. If you are good with listening. But the key thing I want you to also know is that it won't replace the place for you to do a hands-on practice. This tool will not replace the place for hands-on practice where you have to go in and code yourself. Note. Then apart from that, this is just a place that will enhance your learning. That's one thing I want you to know. It is a learning enhancer, not a place where you just sit down and say, oh, it is already doing everything for me, let me just relax. No, you use it to learn in knowing more from the video you are watching. That's one thing I want you to take note from. Then the final recap here is, if you are going to go out from this tutorial, the one thing I want you to learn, or let's just look at this. So this is it. So if you notice, there's speaker one, there's speaker two, like that, like that, like that. So if you want, you can click on continue to generate podcast and the rest. If you want to generate more. So once you click that, it has generated. So you can now click on this place, you see play. Once you click on play,
Why Python has become such a big deal. People always ask, what can you actually do with Python?
I get that question all the time.
so you see, it is now giving you a podcast format which you can also download by clicking on this place. You see download and click on download podcast. You can now download it as a podcast where you can listen to two people communicating about Python like they are sharing an idea to you, helping you to understand it in a better way. If you take nothing else from this tutorial, remember this. Tools organize information. Only you can turn information into understanding. If you are someone who feels constantly behind in tech, who watches tutorial twice because nothing stuck the first time, who feels like everyone else just get it, this channel is for you. We explain tech the way it should have been explained the first time, clearly, slowly, and without assuming you already know. If this helped, I've got more tutorials breaking down tools, coding concepts, and learning strategies, all built for absolute beginner. See you in the next one. Bye.